We are live. Welcome everybody to the live stream. Welcome everyone. I hope everyone is having a happy holidays. We're going to be covering paid ad and holiday marketing strategies to close out the final end of year before we all relaunch our Q1 campaigns to restart the year for success. Hello everyone. Welcome. Glad everybody's joining in. We're live on YouTube and Instagram. Your sound is low. Let me know if that's better. Hopefully you can hear me. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for the goats. Feel free to ask your questions around holiday campaigns. If you're on Shopify, if you have a lead gen-based business, sound is fine. Thank you, Dylan. Appreciate it. Yes, awesome. And let me know where you're from. I hope everyone's doing well. There's a big winter freeze going on right now here in the States and in other parts of the world. Welcome, everybody. Latvia. Awesome. David's from Latvia. Very cool place. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate the help so far. Love the course. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate you joining. Scottsdale, Arizona. Scottsdale is a super cool place. I recently went there a month ago, and it was incredible. We were actually at the Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva fight. Met a lot of very cool people there. Super cool spot to hang out at. Let's say you test an audience for 3 days and decide to duplicate the audience. How many duplicates would you make? Well, it depends. Why are you duplicating it? If you've been testing it for 3 days, how do the results look? If they look great, then let it run a little bit longer and then potentially scale it up from there. You don't have to duplicate it. You can just automatically scale. Duplicating is going to cause audience overlap. It's going to cause a lot of overlap between your bid structure, especially once you start to scale. There's a lot of strategies out there. People will be like, duplicate your ad sets 10 times once they're working, and you're going to see a ton of results. Yes, you can see a lot of results, but it's a very short-term strategy. It's not a long-term strategy. You can get a lot of sales in the beginning, but you got to understand that's not going to build, a long-term evergreen campaign for you. It's just going to essentially pull all the juice out of the campaign very early and not really allow you to consistently scale over a longer period of time where it's more predictable. Calgary, very cool. Dubai, awesome. We have a big Dubai audience. Dubai's super cool area. Would love to go there here pretty soon. That's a very growing market for us. San Jose, California. California's great. India, Paris, India, Sydney, Australia. That's amazing. Australia's a great place too. Lots of students there. Can you do Spark ads on Instagram? Absolutely, but they're not called Spark ads. It's essentially called sponsored collaborations. So essentially what you do is you have a creator make a post for you, say an influencer. If they have 1 million followers or 100,000 followers or 10,000 followers, if they make a post about your product and they add you as a collaborator, or they say it's a sponsored post and they add your page, as long as you accept it and that post shows up on your page, you're then able to go to your ads manager on Instagram, click the drop down on your Instagram profile, and it's going to allow you to select their Instagram profile. And you can run ads, paid ads from their page using their profile icon, their name, and you'll literally have a shop now or a call to action button below that specific ad. So that way you can get results. So you're essentially leveraging the influencer marketing post that they made and using it in paid ads, which is a really great tool to use. I don't know which pick to get started, starting a brand and using TikTok ads to grow or promote an already known brand using TikTok ads. Well, if you already have a brand, then that would be a good start, especially if you already know the numbers. I'd start there. What's the best strategy to sell social media templates on TikTok? Are they digital templates? If so, then you could send them directly to your shop and sell them that way. You could also promote them organically, where you talk about, these different templates and show how easy it is to use. And lots of people are going to ask how they can buy them. And then you just direct them to the link in your bio. Is following others making you more visible and getting leads? Not necessarily. Your discoverability is really going to come through you being visible through the content you're creating. You can reach tons of people without following anybody. Following helps for the people that you might be interested in and seeing their content. And it also shows that you're interacting in the community, which is always good. But at the end of the day, the ultimate thing is going to come back to your content. Are you still a fan of lookalike audiences? Absolutely. Lookalike audiences are great. If you have enough data, if you know how to use them and specifically choose, if you have enough purchase data, then you're going to want to use a purchase lookalike. If you have enough add to cart data, you can certainly use a add to cart lookalike. We're doing 1 to 2%, 2 to 3%, 4 to 5% audiences and putting them in a CBO, and it's working flawlessly. Are Facebook ads useless now for startup businesses? Not at all. It's still a very affordable route to go. And if anything, it's going to provide you more consistent results initially. As with any business, there's going to be some initial startup capital you have to put in just to be able to learn, test, and understand that like you might spend $1,000 and only see 1 or 2 purchases, but you're going to gain the data you need to be able to adjust your ads and adjust your website and adjust your offer. The best thing to do is do a lot of research in advance. Understand, do you have a brand? Is your website very well optimized? Are you answering all the questions that a consumer might have before they purchase or use your service? Are you giving them enough information to want to move forward? Those types of things are really important because it's going to set you up for success ahead of time before you launch your ads. Somebody said from Ohio. Actually from Ohio, or is that just the joke with all these memes that are going around with must be from Ohio? That's funny. My Facebook ads are doing great. Just started my business last month. That's amazing. Love to hear it. Chase, if you had to start from scratch, what would you do? Let's say you have a 5K budget. Yeah, I mean, if you have a product-based business or service-based business, then with that budget, then you could essentially start with, a 1K testing budget, start seeing the results. Once it's profitable, start to scale it up from there. 5K is enough to definitely get started on your ads for sure. And I'd also invest in a little bit into paid learning so that way you can, save yourself time and money so that way you're not wasting your ad dollars. Can I reach out to you for help, please? Yes, absolutely. Just DM me the word mentor. Happy to help. What's the best route to get started from scratch with TikTok ads? Yeah, that's a good question. So, I mean, if you're starting completely from scratch, I would first make sure you have a content pipeline. If you know how to source content, that's the biggest thing, getting it from creators. Or if you're able to create the content yourself, that's really amazing. The people who see the best results are the ones that are usually founders that are able to create the content themselves on TikTok about their product or service. If they talk about how they started the business, if they talk about the schematics around the design of their product. I'm not talking about drop shipping. I'm talking about the actual like brand or the unique product that they made, whether it's clothing or, a specific design they put together, talking about that period at which where they came up with the ideas. We had somebody who has, these drinks and note cards, and they showed themselves drawing out these note cards before they actually turned them into real note cards that you could buy for different drink recipes. And that was super valuable, and it resonates with a lot of people because it's a unique story. People love to buy from small brands and support them. So that's a great way to tap in for sure. If you don't go that route, then you can pay creators to essentially create content for you. We offer this service now at our agency where you are able to get, 15 pieces of user-generated content from TikTok to be able to use, on your organic page, use in your paid ads, use on your Instagram ads. Not only that, but you're also getting the views from all of the, videos that are being posted across all these platforms. Is putting best audiences in a CBO a good idea or not? Yes, absolutely. If you have your best audiences, then definitely do a CBO. How to do influencer marketing and find them? Yeah, you can use a lot of different services. There's TikTok Creator Marketplace. There's an Instagram Creator Marketplace as well. There is, Shopify collabs. You can find creators to reach out to and work with. And what's really unique about the Creator Marketplace and TikTok is you get all these creators, you pay them all at once. They all start to create the videos. It's going to show you the overlap in their views and their audiences. It's going to show you the views over time. It's going to show you the shares. It's even going to show you the sales if you know how to connect that. And what's great is if something's working really well, there's a button that says publish as Spark ad, which is essentially just an ad in your ad account. You press publish and it adds it into your ad account automatically for you, and you can run paid ads from that. It's a really good strategy, especially if you're a bigger brand or if you are able to, leverage influencers for your content. It could work really well. But you got to be doing it consistently and always have fresh content coming in, and you got to be able to leverage all pieces of the pie to make it really work. Are you still seeing great results on Facebook? Absolutely. We're seeing tons of results. I have your TikTok program, which is great, but I'm more familiar with Facebook. Yeah, Facebook's getting tons of results still. Highly recommend running ads on Facebook. That audience has not entirely disappeared. There's still tons of results. We have people getting 5x, 3x consistently, even 10, 14x. Especially if you're migrating the TikTok content over to Facebook, that's a really good strategy as well. What's the best business with ads to start? We get this question every live stream. There is no best business. Every niche is going to have somebody at the top who's absolutely crushing it. There's always going to be insane margins for companies in all kinds of niches. You just got to be able to study and understand which ones are doing it best and see how you can fit into the equation to offer something a little bit more unique and how you can better differentiate your offer to succeed. 2 times a day post is still effective? Absolutely. I mean, 1 post a day is great. As long as you can do 1 post a day, then you're definitely leveraging and beating out a lot of people who aren't. 2 times is even better. As an agency owner, where should I run ads for my agency in order to get cheap leads and effective as well? Well, TikTok's a great place. Facebook ads is a great place. There's still a lot of opportunities right there sitting in front of you that you can go after. It's incredible, especially if you are pumping out videos. And, it doesn't even cost you anything to get leads if you're posting these videos organically speaking. You can get tons of leads from organic these days very easily. I just joined. I'm an STL. Okay, nice. Actually, from Ohio. There you go. In talks with Miles to join the one-on-one next week. Speak to you soon, brother. Absolutely. Great to get into the mentorship. You're going to absolutely crush it. Just sold out my store. Thanks. Awesome. Love to hear it. How do I reach out to creators for UGC content? Yeah, you can go to TikTok Creator Marketplace. I mean, we're talking about this right now where you sign up, you connect your ad account, you connect your profile. Once you're approved, you can even get a $6,000 free credit right now. Some accounts have it, some don't. If you spend $6,000, they'll match you $6,000. If you spend $1,000, they'll match you $1,000 on these holiday campaigns. And you get these creators to literally launch, videos for you, which is going to get potential sales, get views, and then you can turn that into ads. So essentially go to the creator marketplace. Some of these people are free. Some of these people, charge $10, $20. It kind of depends on how many views they have, the types of profile it is, what niche. Some people have insane expectations and want to be paid $10,000. But I mean, if their video isn't, doing insane volume and it's not going to guarantee sales, then sometimes it doesn't make sense to pay that at all. So you got to be very smart and find upcoming creators, people who are undervalued. You got to look for that, who are, really good at creating content and are going to have the right call to actions. Make sure to have them mention your website. Make sure to tell them to have people go to a specific place to buy. Otherwise, it's just going to turn into a brand awareness campaign and a lot of people won't even purchase. Hi, Chase. Happy holidays. Yes. Happy holidays to you and everyone here. Hope everyone's having an amazing end of the week before Christmas Eve and Christmas. And if you celebrate other holidays, then it's amazing as well. Your skin looks amazing. Thank you. Really appreciate it. What are some of the basic requirements for UGC? So with user-generated content, one, you want to find a creator that has a really strong community where lots of people are engaged with their comments. You want to see that the creator has tons of comments where people are actually engaging. They like that creator as a whole. They listen to them. They value their opinion or their thoughts. That's really big because if they're going to be talking about your product, you don't want it to just come across as like, oh, it's just another one of those ads they're putting up. You want it to seem as, that they're generally caring about the product that they're promoting. So that way their audience is very in tune with that and wants to purchase it as well. Another thing is even though creators are going to, have a very specific idea of how they want to promote the content, you want to add some barriers and walls into what needs to be included in the video. Like one, ensuring that they have good lighting. That's one big factor. Another thing is, the timing of the video. You don't want it to run for 2-3 minutes. You want it to be very specific so that way you can run it in an ad. And then you want to make sure it has a call to action. They might never have used a call to action before. There's nothing wrong with that, but you're going to want to have them include it so that way you can make sure people know where to go when they see the video. What is the minimum budget to start a successful ad? I mean, you could run $5, $10, $15 a day on Facebook. On TikTok, it's going to require about $20 a day to start. Should I test multiple ads when testing interest or just one ad to see how the interests respond? I would test multiple ads per interest for sure. That way you can maximize your success. If one ad doesn't work, then you don't have any other ads to fall back on. Hey, what do I do if I tried 10 ad groups in a CBO for $50, and in the first hour I get a sell of 28, but after that there is no more? Well, leave it running for a few more days, see if you get any more sales. It's likely that you might see another sell in the next couple of days. If not, then look at the ad set that got the sell, start to turn off the other ones and focus in on the one that's working. Do you work with people who have never ran ads before? Yes and no. It kind of depends. If you've never ran ads before, if your business is already like operating, you're getting sales organically, or you have like a retail business, you have foot traffic and you're launching an e-com site, then yes, we do. But if you're saying you've never ran ads, but you've also never gotten sales at all, then no. It's really hard to get a business to go entirely from zero unless they're extremely dedicated and also willing to put in a lot more time, because there's a lot of factors and there's a little bit longer of a curve to get the thing rolling because there's no data in the business at all. So you have to do a lot of testing to really get it to work, which is fine, but it does take a lot longer than already having something that is producing sales. Best place to do a product research. Yeah, you can go to TikTok, look at the trending hashtags, find out what people are, searching for, what they're wanting to buy. TikTok's search algorithm is absolutely insane right now. It's recommending products, it's recommending businesses. It's a great way to identify what, a potential explosive niche is. How do you engage people to pay you while doing a cold call? How do you engage people to pay you while doing a cold call? Yeah, that's all going to come down to value and offer. At the end of the day, if it makes sense for the prospect to end up purchasing whatever you're offering, then it's going to come down to how much value are you bringing them? Is it going to include an ROI, or is it going to solve their problem? If it solves their problem, then it's very likely that they'll go ahead and move forward. What would your ad strategy be for a 7K offer? Yeah, that's going to be broken down more in, a funnel style strategy where you are educating them a lot of the ways through and then highlighting the exact pain points that they have, mentioning why it's going to drive value for you, for them, and then, actually having a strong call to action, following up with them. It's very easy to get a lot of people to, buy 7K, 10K, 20K offers if the offer's there. At the end of the day, if it provides them value and they get an ROI, or if it solves the problem that they have, then it's going to be worth it. Is it better to promote multiple products, drop shipping, or just one? Ideally, and if you're in the drop shipping space and you have multiple products, of course you're gonna have to find out which one you're gonna end up focusing on. But once you have a winner, I would just stick to that one product and then find products that are similar to it to add into the mix. If they're all totally different, it's gonna adjust your targeting. It's gonna make things more complicated for sure. Do you think TikTok will get banned? It's a good question. We actually have a video releasing on this on next Friday. TikTok is going through, if nobody knows, in the US right now, they have there's a bill in Congress and different bills that are circulating right now for banning TikTok on government devices, banning it on, this is on the state level right now, and they're banning it on school issued devices in some states. And then they're talking about an entire nationwide ban where it just entirely ban any Chinese social media app. This doesn't just go for TikTok, any Chinese social media app that has, this is directly out of the bill that we were reading through, has over 1 million monthly active users. So that doesn't even just mean TikTok. That means any social media app that has been made by China, and all of those apps would be banned entirely. And that's going to be, settled here in the next 30 days is what all of this says, because that's the timeline that they have on this bill. So to answer your question, it's hard to say. I mean, if you go ahead and look at the past, I mean, TikTok's been banned in many other countries before. This has happened already. They are banning this app in a lot of countries. And there's things going around right now where it's more advantageous for a country to focus on, the social media apps that they have, because there's a little bit more control over security that way. So it's really hard to say which way it could go. It would be very unpopular, in my opinion, to ban the social media app out of how many users use it on TikTok. But if it does happen, well, you're going to have tons of people who are going to migrate elsewhere. They're not going to just evaporate in the air. All of these people are going to have to go to another platform. And the most logical platform to go to is going to be YouTube Shorts and Instagram and Facebook. These are going to be the platforms that is going to absorb all the attention. And there's going to be a huge demand that's going to rise here for content. So if you're not pushing out videos on Shorts, if you're not pushing out videos on Instagram, you might want to, because if this does happen, there's going to be an absolute surge in demand for more short form video content, especially from platforms like the ones we're on right now. So you're definitely going to want to make sure you're set up for success either way. Should I already answer that question? TikTok organic question. What should you do if you're posting daily but not seeing any views above 100? Should adjust your strategy. Try to figure out if you can clip certain parts of your videos down, have a stronger hook, have controversial hooks, have a strong call to action so that way more people are engaging. Make sure it doesn't seem like an ad. It is organic. Look at the videos. Jump into trends, test different things. You're going to have to eventually see a breakout in your video if you do enough testing and you start to understand that in the first 3 seconds, if you're capturing their attention and you're giving value throughout the rest, then it could potentially definitely get a lot more views. Thank you. Absolutely. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. How would you classify the demographics on TikTok versus Facebook? Both platforms vary widely. There's 1 billion users on these platforms. So, I mean, you're going to have a bit of every demographic no matter what. The thing is, it's going to come down to your targeting, and the algorithm is going to adjust automatically for you. So as long as you're catering towards a very specific audience that could either, benefit from the content you're creating or the product that you have or the service you're offering, the algorithm is going to do its job in putting that content in front of them. TikTok can target 33 to 55. Absolutely. Yeah, you can go after professionals at that age range for sure. At a $20 everyday investment, what could be a result in 1 month growth for a worthy idea product? Hard to say. I mean, $20 a day isn't an absolute ton on TikTok specifically. I mean, you could see purchases for $5, $10 for sure, and see steady growth that way. But eventually, you're going to want to scale to make it work. While making ads for an agency, which country to target to get ecom clients considering low CPM? Well, on TikTok, I mean, CPMs are low just about everywhere right now. Whereas on Facebook, you're going to pay very high CPMs. So if you're looking for clients, I would definitely start with TikTok. Welcome everybody who's just now tuning into the stream. Is it real that big advertisers pump in lots of money in Q4 to hit their revenue goals? Well, maybe to hit the revenue goals, but a lot of big companies and big advertisers are pumping up their money in Q4 for a few reasons. We work with, a few Fortune 500 brands, and there's a few reasons why advertisers will spend a lot more. One, it's the holidays, and you have, things like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, where automatically there's going to be a surge in demand for buying products. It's a natural season, so there's going to be a lot more spend to capture that attention and capture all of that behavior of buying online. Secondly, big companies have advertising budgets they have to stick to. Smaller brands will, spend 5,000 one month, 10,000 the next month, or maybe 50,000, then not spend any at all. Big brands don't really operate that way. There's not a big swing like that unless they're in seasonality. What happens is with these larger companies is they have a dedicated year-over-year budget. Usually it goes by quarterly budgets, and there's quarterly, business reviews where these companies, and advertisers will get together with the actual main company they're working with and discuss these quarterly budgets. And it's usually broken down by a consistent monthly budget, and they have like a dedicated budget, like say 300,000 dedicated to TikTok, 200,000 dedicated to Facebook. And that budget's very rarely changes by, only by a few thousand at most. And so if they don't spend all that money by by Q4, they're usually dumping the budget towards the end of the year because they have to spend it no matter what. It's a requirement. That money has to go. There's tax reasons they have to get rid of it. There's a lot of reasons they have to spend that money. So even if it's not even generating results, like that budget has to be spent. Otherwise, that money gets moved to a different department next year, because if they can't spend the money, they have to spend it elsewhere. And so advertisers don't want to lose some of that budget either. So it's usually that they're readjusting for what they didn't hit throughout the months in the earlier part of the year. So there's a few main reasons behind that. But big companies, a lot of advertisers don't understand that you have to spend that money. You can't just say, oh, the ROI is not there. That budget has to go, and they're going to tell you, spend the money no matter what. Hi, my friend, due to lower CPM in Facebook ads, what do you do to lower CPM? Yeah, that's a good question. Audience targeting, make it more broad, have a more appealing offer to a broader audience. That's another big factor. Having multiple ads, that's another way to lower your CPM for sure. Making sure automatic placements are enabled, because you're going to be able to reach people in different places, get a lot more impressions that way. Those are the biggest things for sure that you can do immediately to lower your CPMs. I'm working with a brand who are trying to make their place in online. I tried different kinds of ads for this, but can't see much traffic or sales there. What am I missing? Yeah, I'd evaluate the website, look at the offer, look at competitors in the space. What are they offering? What are you offering? Where's the drop-off points? Are you getting lots of add to carts and no sales? Maybe it's something in between there. Are you getting barely any traffic because you have a very high cost per click? Maybe it's something to do with the ad specifically. Maybe you're getting tons of clicks, but none of the sessions are going through on the website because it's too slow. You have to look at the funnel, diagnose the data, understand the analytics, and let the numbers speak to you. The numbers will tell you what's going wrong. It's not just, something that's left up to fate for why you're not getting results. At the end of the day, the numbers will tell you. Many agency owners follow you, so kindly consider making a detailed video on how to start an agency. Absolutely. We do have one agency video on YouTube. If you go to my channel, we might end up making some more agency videos here pretty soon. We might even do some collabs. Let me know if you think we should collaborate with anybody, or what kind of style of videos you want to see. Do you want to see more broad? Do you like the advanced strategies we're putting out now? Should we post more content? Let me know what you think we should do with our YouTube. What other video topics you think would be great? I work in real estate. Do you think LinkedIn is the best platform to use? This is a common thing. A lot of people think they should do LinkedIn because that's where the professionals are hanging out. Yes and no. There's a lot of recruiters on there, but like LinkedIn isn't really a place like professionals are going to consume all of their content. They're much more likely to be on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, where their friends are. And you can reach these professionals very easily and get right in front of them, very targeted, and get a lot of results that way. LinkedIn hasn't fully figured out their, advertising system yet. Otherwise, a lot of us advertisers would be over there right now. Not saying it doesn't work, but it's just not as effective as these other platforms that have billions of dollars in spend, where they've been able to really refine and make sense of their algorithm significantly. Chase, I'm doing a conference here in Dallas. How much you charge to come and speak? DM me. That would be, yeah, just DM me and I can connect you with our team. We are really close to Dallas. Are there any specific products or industries you would advertise on TikTok, not Facebook? That would come down to the policy. You have to look at the policy. For instance, alcohol brands, you're going to be running ads on Facebook, no problem. But on TikTok, there's no allowance on that side or front. So you can make organic posts, but you can't run ads over there. So a lot of it comes down to policy when you look at industries. Thank you, bro. That is so helpful. Absolutely. How to find models for e-commerce small business. I'm not sure I understand what models means. TikTok organic question. Okay, yep, already answered that one. TikTok versus YouTube Shorts. I would do both. Migrate your content. YouTube Shorts is taking off right now. There's a lot more engagement happening on this platform for sure. Is there any courses for that ads? Yeah, we have a TikTok ads course and we have a Facebook ads 2.0 course. If you click the link in my bio, you can access both of them. By the way, what do you think about using engagement/video view campaigns to build audiences that you can retarget? Yes, it's certainly a strategy that you can do for sure. But if you're automatically optimizing for purchases, you're going to be getting views anyways, and you're going to be getting engagement, and you can retarget those people already. So the strategy is kind of already built into these things a lot of times. But if you want to get really low cost engagements, I would just focus on Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook Reels, and then be able to retarget those video views because you can get so many people built up in an audience and retarget them and get really low cost per result. What's a good starting budget for running ads on either TikTok or Instagram? Yep, $20 on TikTok, $5 on Facebook. Ideally, you're going to want more audiences than that. So, realistically, 60 to 100 on TikTok, realistically on Facebook, 20 to 50 daily, and then giving it at least 4 to 7 days to start running so that way you can get some data coming through. You're definitely going to have to do some testing to identify. Goat, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. All right, we're going to be taking a few more questions before we wrap up the live stream, and everybody has an amazing happy holidays. Do you think TikTok style UGC is the way to go for ad creatives on Facebook nowadays? Yes and no. Carousels are still working great. Images are still working great. Videos that historically you've used on Facebook and Instagram are still working great. UGC is exploding right now in terms of good value because a lot of consumers are trusting it more so over branded content. But you still want to have a blend of both. But yes, for sure, you definitely want to migrate your TikTok style UGC because we are seeing campaigns that are more scalable through the UGC as of right now. How many creatives do you recommend from the start? At least 5 if you're on Facebook. On TikTok, 2 to 3. Do mobile apps achieve great results from TikTok ads? Absolutely. One of the most successful campaigns we ever ran was for a mobile app. We were spending $300,000 a month, $60K in a single day in spend at our peak. We made it the #1 app on the App Store. We beat Netflix. We beat Google. We beat Facebook. We beat YouTube. We beat Amazon. Name the app, we beat it. We were #1 on the App Store for a solid week. And that was all from TikTok ads. And it was absolutely insane. We were getting installs for pennies and we're absolutely crushing it. So yes, TikTok is a great solution. The way we were able to achieve that, we had a organized system for how we had creators creating content. We had 20 new pieces of content coming in every single week. We were batch uploading content from creators. We had 5 people doing the outreach to get these creators to say yes. This was a very organized and behemoth of a system to be able to manage 300K in a monthly budget and scale upwards to $1 million a month. To be able to do that, you have to have an insane creative pipeline and understand what video styles work. And these videos were doing so well that we had a video that did over 50 million views in a single week with this video. It was insane. If you were on TikTok at the time, it's very likely you would have saw this video because it was getting so many people to install. So much so that TikTok actually took them off the app because it was too competitive, because we're beating TikTok in downloads. And they literally said, y'all are too competitive and this is against our business. So you can no longer run ads on TikTok. And so that's the story of running. That's what happens when you become the #1. These bigger companies then start to want to play ball against you. It's all fun and games until all of a sudden you're ahead of them. So yes, to answer your question, mobile apps can be absolutely amazing on there. But it all comes down to the strategy. You're a shark. Oh, goodness. Hi, Chase. What would you do if your personal Facebook profile got banned? Can't really respond to that. I mean, that's a policy thing. You definitely don't want to circumvent systems. The best thing to do is contact support, try to get your stuff verified, send in all your information to prove who you are. But at the end of the day, if you really want to get your profile back, you can always reach out to, an individual or family member to see what you can do. All right, we'll take one or two more questions. It's been a really good stream before we all leave off for the holidays. What's the renewal cost for the mentorship? DM me and we can send over a link for the renewal. Thanks for answering questions. Absolutely. Thank you. How do I create a TikTok account targeting USA, but I'm not from USA? Yeah, you can get an agency to do it. They can create an account for you and share you access. You can have somebody in the States create an account and share you access. Why some organic reels get more views sometimes and sometimes not. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be videos that are low in views, high in views. There's going to be a variety. Some will hit, some don't. That's just the nature of the game. There's going to be videos that always maintain a certain level of view volume. You got to start understanding which videos work best for you. If one crushes it, try to see if you can do it multiple times. If it continues to work, then you know a video style that is working. But when you're testing, you're always going to have fluctuations in your views. There's video styles that we know always work, but we're also willing to test new ideas, even though we know it's not going to, be entirely successful. Is that 2 to 3 creatives and how many ad sets? Yeah, at least like 3 to 5 ad sets as well on TikTok. That's a good start. That way you can get a good variety of testing going. To have an effective marketing department, what positions are needed? Well, I mean, it depends on what your objectives are. I mean, you could get away with having one person running it all, depending on how big the company is and what the needs are. But I mean, if you're going to be doing media buying, you need somebody who's proficient in media buying for, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, has a good understanding of Google even, because you're definitely going to want to be on all platforms. Even though we teach and train TikTok and Facebook ads, we're still running ads on YouTube and Google. So you want to be proficient in media buying. And then this person also, either this person or another individual who's really good at strategy, who understands, the direction, who can pull this stuff together and curate all these platforms and know where the budget should be migrated. The overall objective. Is it helping with the awareness? Is it helping with the overall sales volume? Is there delayed factor? So that way they can do the reporting as well. There's going to be a lot of, things. Do you need a creative person? If you don't have anybody who's creating content, then you're going to need a content curator who can create the content and work with the media buyer, because the media buyer can say, hey, I need this creative. The creative person can create the content. The strategist can say, hey, this is how it all meshes together. And it can get broader and broader in scope from there. But I can assure you, you don't need a ton of people. We've gone head to head with other agencies who've deployed a 40-person team for a big Fortune 500 company. We ended up only bringing 6, and we beat them in results every single time. So it's not all about volume. Sometimes it's down to talent and people. There's often a conception that TikTok is for a younger audience mainly. How do you view it? Yeah, that's a common thing. We hear that all the time too. TikTok originally started out that way with Musical.ly. It was a dancing app that was very common. It was a younger person's app. That has totally changed. There's literally people who are, in the mortgage space, in the real estate space, who are getting clients to buy homes, who are, sending out these loans to people who are 30 to 40 years old on TikTok. There's grandmas of TikTok now that are on this app that are doing live streams. There's all walks of life and all ages and all types of people on TikTok these days. There's over 1 billion people on the platform. There's no shortage of demographic over there. All right, we just about answered all the questions on Instagram. By the way, for Facebook ads, what is the minimum number of ad sets? $5 per day. Yep, that's the minimum number per spend that I need to test to see some good results. It depends on the price of your product. I mean, if you're selling $1,000 product, $5 a day isn't going to cut it. It's going to take forever to find out if you get a sell. So, I mean, if your product's in the $30 to $50 range, then, $5 a day is totally fine per ad set. If you're selling a higher end product, you're definitely going to want to spend a little bit more on your daily testing to be able to accelerate that growth. If I'm in Canada and I want to promote in the USA, I know my organic won't show, but if I run ads, am I able to choose USA as a target? Absolutely. Yes, you can definitely increase your overall reach there. All right, that is going to be the final question we answered. I hope everybody really enjoyed this live. If you haven't already, definitely make sure to DM me if you have any questions at all, and have a happy holidays. A lot of you stay safe. I know that the weather is pretty cold in a lot of areas right now. So Have an amazing Christmas if you're celebrating Christmas, or if you're celebrating another holiday, have an amazing holidays. Thank you so much for joining the stream, and I will see you soon.